Boeing, a century-old titan of aviation, has long been celebrated for its innovative aircraft, from the iconic 747 to the cutting-edge Dreamliner. Continuing this tradition, they unveiled the 737 MAX, a game-changer promising enhanced fuel efficiency for airlines and comfort for passengers. With global orders flooding in, it looked set to etch its own legacy. But beneath this triumph, a crisis was simmering. The race for fuel efficiency was on, and Boeing's answer was the 737 MAX. This new breed of aircraft was Boeing's response to the rising need for fuel-efficient planes, a demand driven by escalating fuel prices and environmental concerns. The 737 MAX was designed to be the solution, offering greater fuel efficiency and lower operating costs compared to its predecessors. The design changes in the 737 MAX were significant. The aircraft featured larger, more efficient engines that were positioned further forward on the wings. This change, however, affected the plane's balance and aerodynamics, making it prone to stalling under certain conditions. To counteract this, Boeing introduced a new software system known as the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS for short. The MCAS was essentially an automated system designed to correct the plane's angle in flight, preventing it from stalling. It was a significant part of the aircraft's flight control system and a key component in Boeing's efforts to make the 737 MAX more efficient and safer. However, the MCAS system was not without its issues. Critics argued that it was overly reliant on a single angle of attack sensor, making it vulnerable to faulty readings. Additionally, the system was designed to override pilot input, a feature that many pilots were unaware of due to the lack of thorough training and documentation. But, as it would soon become tragically clear, this technological leap came with unforeseen consequences. The MCAS system, intended to enhance safety, would instead play a pivotal role in two devastating crashes that shook the world of aviation. The world watched in horror as two flights turned from routine to tragic. In late October 2018, a Lion Air flight, numbered 610, departed from Jakarta, Indonesia. This Boeing 737 MAX was a state-of-the-art aircraft, but what should have been a routine flight to Pangkal Pinang ended in disaster. The plane, inexplicably, plunged into the Java Sea, taking the lives of all 189 people on board. Investigations revealed that the pilots struggled with a new software system, the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS, which pushed the plane's nose down more than 20 times during the brief flight. Despite their valiant efforts, the pilots could not overcome the system's repeated interventions, leading to the fatal crash. Fast forward to March of 2019, when the world was shocked once more. Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302, another Boeing 737 MAX, crashed near Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, just minutes after takeoff. This time, 157 people lost their lives. The circumstances were eerily similar to the Lion Air crash, with the MCAS system implicated once again. These two horrific accidents occurring within 5 months of each other revealed a disturbing pattern. The MCAS system, designed to enhance flight control, instead led to uncontrollable circumstances that pilots could not rectify, ultimately culminating in the tragic loss of lives. The reaction was swift and far-reaching. The Boeing 737 MAX, once hailed as the future of commercial aviation, was now seen as a harbinger of tragedy. Countries around the globe, from China to the United States, grounded their 737 MAX fleets. The world of aviation was in shock, and questions abounded. How could this have happened? And more importantly, how could it have been prevented? In the aftermath, the world grounded the 737 MAX fleet. These accidents marked a dark chapter in Boeing's history, a stark reminder of the immense responsibility carried by those who design and build the machines that transport us through the skies. As we move forward, we remember the lives lost and strive to ensure such tragedies are never repeated. The search for truth began, with the world's eyes on Boeing. As the dust settled from the two tragic crashes, investigators from around the globe commenced a meticulous probe into the causes. Regulatory agencies such as the Federal Aviation Administration and the European Union Aviation Safety Agency spearheaded the efforts, while Boeing found itself under the microscope. Key to the investigation was the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS, a feature unique to the 737 MAX. This system was designed to enhance flight control, but investigators soon uncovered a chilling reality. They found that the MCAS could, under specific conditions, repeatedly push the aircraft's nose down, a factor that played a crucial role in both crashes. Boeing's response to the investigation was a mixture of denial and damage control. The company initially defended the 737 MAX and its systems but slowly began to acknowledge the flaws as the weight of evidence mounted. This denial, followed by reluctant admission, did little to quell the rising tide of public outrage. The fallout from the tragedies was swift and brutal. Families of the victims and the general public expressed their anger and grief, demanding accountability from Boeing, once a beacon of aviation excellence. Trust in the company plummeted, with many questioning the safety of its aircraft. The legal ramifications were equally severe. Boeing faced a slew of lawsuits from the victims' families, seeking justice for their lost loved ones. The company was also hit with hefty fines from regulatory bodies for its oversight and negligence. Boeing's reputation was not the only casualty. The human toll was immeasurable, with hundreds of lives lost in the crashes. Efforts were made to compensate the victims' families, but no amount of monetary recompense could truly fill the void left by the tragedies. The investigation and fallout from the Boeing 737 MAX crisis painted a stark picture of a company that had strayed from its core values of safety and integrity. The verdict was clear: Boeing had faltered. The road to redemption would be long and arduous but necessary for the future of aviation safety. Facing a crisis of confidence, Boeing had a mountain to climb. In the wake of the tragedies, the company made the bold decision to ground its entire 737 MAX fleet worldwide. This was a move of unprecedented scale, reflecting the gravity of the situation and the company's commitment to safety above all else. Boeing didn't stop at grounding. The company took a hard look at itself, acknowledging the flaws in the 737 MAX design. This introspection was a clear departure from the hubris that had previously characterized the aviation giant. It was a humbling moment, but one that was necessary to pave the way for rectification. Boeing set to work, leaving no stone unturned in its quest to fix the issues. The company focused on two critical areas: software updates and pilot training enhancements. For the software, Boeing rolled out significant updates to the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS, addressing the issues that had led to the crashes. Meanwhile, the company also ramped up its pilot training programs. It aimed to ensure that every pilot flying a 737 MAX would be fully versed in the intricacies of the updated MCAS system. These enhancements were designed to equip pilots with the knowledge and skills to handle any situation, reinforcing the safety net around the aircraft. Boeing was ready to prove that it had learned from its mistakes. Regaining trust is a long journey, and Boeing had just started theirs. The 737 MAX series, after months of rigorous scrutiny and testing, was finally given the green light to return to service. Regulatory bodies worldwide, including the Federal Aviation Administration and the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, were satisfied with the comprehensive updates and enhancements made to the aircraft. However, regulatory approval was only the first step on this road to redemption. Boeing knew they had a much more daunting task ahead: restoring confidence among airlines and passengers. They embarked on an extensive campaign focusing on transparency and communication. They openly acknowledged their past errors and shared every detail of their rectification efforts. Simultaneously, they worked tirelessly with airlines to ensure their pilots were comfortable with the updated systems and new training protocols. Looking forward, this crisis has led to a significant shift in aircraft safety regulations. The tragic events surrounding the 737 MAX have underscored the importance of stringent oversight and rigorous testing in the aviation industry. Regulatory agencies worldwide are reassessing their procedures, and manufacturers are reevaluating their priorities, placing safety above all else. Boeing's road to redemption is a testament to the resilience of the aviation industry. It's a story of learning from past mistakes, making amends, and striving for a safer and more reliable future in aviation. The Boeing 737 MAX crisis was a stark reminder of the importance of safety in aviation. This saga unfolded a tragedy that shook the world, underscoring the crucial role of meticulous aircraft design and rigorous safety protocols. It served as a sobering wake-up call, compelling the industry to reassess its priorities and tighten its safety nets. As Boeing continues to regain trust, the aviation industry remains resilient, committed to safety, and ever vigilant.